Imagine getting hit with a massive hangover or failing a breathalyzer test when you haven't touched a single drop of alcohol. Today, we're diving into a bizarre and often misunderstood world of brewery syndrome, a medical condition where your own body turns a slice of pizza into a pint of beer. The new research has finally pinpointed the exact bacteria responsible, and the solution might be more biological than you think. The brewery syndrome, ABS, is a rare condition where microbes in your gut ferment carbohydrates into ethanol, essentially getting you drunk on food. It's a massive deal because it often leads to false DUI arrests and severe social stigma. But a breakthrough study from Nature Microbiology has finally identified the specific bacteria culprits like E. coli and K. pneumoniae.
I don't know. I didn't look up how to pronounce them.
Okay, John, how are you?
Sorry. I was just planning on skipping over them. But so I want this, but again, it's not a good thing to have this. So it's a gut fermentation syndrome. It's also referred to as, and it produces intoxicating amounts of alcohol without external intake. Now this just talks to a larger kind of environment thing about your gut and how critical your gut plays a part in everything. They're pretty much calling your gut the second brain, or another brain. But research studied has identified specific gut bacteria and biological pathways that are responsible for the excessive ethanol production in ABS. So while traditional case reports focused on yeast, the newest work highlighted bacterial fermentation as a major contributor. So some strains can convert dietary carbohydrates into ethanol via these classic fermentation pathways. So in these pathways, microbes convert sugars into pyruvate and then into acetaldehyde and ethanol, and it releases carbon dioxide as a byproduct. So when it's present in high numbers or paired with metabolic imbalances, that's what leads to the ABS that you're getting. So why it happens is it's gut dysbiosis, which is an imbalance in the microbial community of the intestines. So factors such as high carbohydrate diets, prolonged antibiotic use, metabolic diseases like diabetes or prior intestinal surgery, and impaired liver functions, that can all promote the overgrowth of ethanol-producing microbes. So, note to self, eat lots of carbs, take lots of antibiotics, and drink a lot. Kidding, but this is also scary, though, for people that don't know. I know I play light about it, but this is scary for someone that doesn't know. I've actually seen it in some TV shows. They've done this, but to not know that this is happening to you, what must be super scary and frightening.
So this opens the door to an interesting, exciting development called fecal transplant. Fecal microbiotic transplant as a potential permanent cure by resetting the gut's ecosystem. The study indicated a detailed case study of one patient with persistent brewery syndrome who underwent fecal transplant brewery syndrome treatment. The first transplant after one treatment, other treatments failed. The patient received processed fecal material from a healthy donor. The goal was to introduce beneficial bacteria that would outcompete the ethanol-producing strains. The results were dramatic. The patient experienced a marked improvement in ABS symptoms following the transplant. Microbiome analysts showed reduced levels of fermented bacteria and decreased ethanol production in stool samples. A relapse in treatment. Unfortunately, symptoms returned months later, and analysts revealed that ethanol-producing bacteria strains had increased again, along with fermentation-related metabolic activity. Second transplant, the doctors modified their approach using a different antibiotic pre-treatment before the second FMT. This time, the results lasted much longer. The patient remained symptom-free for over 16 months at the time of the study publication. So, it's interesting that we have it, and we are almost already potentially have a treatment/cure.
Yeah, but the thing is, this is a rare disease. So the rarity of the syndrome, this means that most physicians are never going to see a case, which added to the diagnostic the challenges, and also the social stigma. Which again, I know I played light about it earlier, but I can't even imagine what people must go through who have this, because it's so rare, and it's difficult. So it's probably rare to get a proper diagnosis right away or quickly. So yeah, still interesting though.
Yeah. Currently, FMT treatments are currently reserved for severe clinical cases, but they're slowly expanding. And I think as they codified it and understand the treatment and it's worked over more and more and more, and they passes FDA and all that stuff. No, it's not FDA, but because it's not a drug, but it's a treatment. Whatever passes all those things, you'll have people advertising. You'll have more awareness. You'll have doctors trained on it because it's a new thing, a new treatment that they can, make money off of. So I get it that right now it's very rare and not being diagnosed, but because this treatment is coming out, I think it'll be diagnosed in a lot more people within a couple of years faster because of this. So there are some social stigmas and there are legal hurdles. Courts are slow to accept that my gut did it as a valid response. So people are probably going to have to start testing for this, or it'll become more popular for DUIs that they go to doctors afterwards to test for this and see what happens. So is the internal brewery a terrifying medical glitch or just the ultimate proof for what we eat? If you ever felt drunk after a big bowl of pasta, you might not be crazy. You might just have a very busy gut. Let me know in the comments if you think this should be a standard test for DUI cases, and I'll see you in the next one. What do you got going on, John? This is the stuff that's going out in the next week or so.
Yeah, so we've got some events at the Toronto Business Development Center. I'm doing some lunch and learns in person there. It's a great organization, great incubator. And then February, what date is the Startup Drinks, Craig?
I closed that, so I'm not sure. February 19th, I believe.
February 19th, but have a look at startupdrinks.com. startupdrinksto.com for that event and other events. If you need some help with government funding, SHRED, or any other grants, reach out to me on LinkedIn. But if you're interested in AI automation workflows, or you need help with your business, what can they do, Craig?
Well, we've got lots of stuff going on over at flowgrammer.ca where we help businesses implement AI and business automation so they can scale faster and more reliable, get more leads, grow faster. We also have a growing community over at flowgrammers.ca where we do Flow Grammar Cafe, we do live build events, we do demo events, we get the community together online and in person several times a month to show and demo and support anybody who's trying to do this, learn automation, end-to-end AI agent building. So check all that out. We have a series of events called Flow Grammar Cafe. The next one's February 6th, March 6th, and April 2nd. We do those right now in partnership with Workhouse, and those are full day drop-in headphones, laptop, and work. And we'll have some experts on site that can help you troubleshoot. And we all kind of do a little walkthrough in the afternoon about what you're working on and, show us what you're working on and stuff. And it's really cool. So check all that out over at flowgrammer.ca and flowgrammers.ca, and coming soon. And you can sign up for this now, flowgramming.space. An AI agent and workflow marketplace where people can buy and sell agents or workflows. So if you're building agents and don't know what to do with them, where to sell them, go over there and check that out. Again, flowgramming.space. Or if you're building workflows, or if you want agents or workflows built, you can go over there and buy them. We have some interesting guarantees, and it's coming soon, so you can get your name on the waiting list right now. That's all we got going on, John. For everything else, go to torontostarts.com. I don't even think I mentioned it that whole time. Thanks everyone for watching. All the information about CES and these interesting things. Any last words, John?
No. Check out our next episode. We're going to be talking about the weird stuff at CES. So,
all right, everyone. Thanks for watching.